Alright, this is question 1A on homework 5. A lamp has two bulbs of a type with an average lifetime of 1,000 hours. Assuming that we can model the probability of failure of these bulbs by an exponential density function with a mean mu equal to 1,000, find the probability that both of the lamp's bulbs fail within 1,000 hours. So the probability that a bulb will blow after a period of time can be modeled by the integral of the function e to the negative x over mu divided by mu dA. And this integral goes from the beginning to the ending of the time interval, so t1 to t2. Since the probability of the failure of the two bulbs is independent, we can model the probability of the two independent events as a function equal to the product of the two independent events. So that would be equal to f of xy, where x and y are the two different bulbs, is equal to the double integral over the region R of e to the negative x over mu divided by mu times e to the negative y over mu divided by mu dA. Now the region R represents our time intervals. So this can then be equal to the integral from a to b of the integral from c to d of e to the negative x over mu divided by mu times e to the negative y over mu divided by mu times dy dx, where a and b are the initial and final times for our x equation, and c and d are the initial and final times for our y equation, which for both a and c will be 0. So a is equal to c is equal to 0, and b is equal to d, which is equal to 1,000. Because we're trying to find the probability that both bulbs will burn out independently within 1,000 hours. Since we know our mu is equal to 1,000, we can then plug these numbers in to get f of xy is equal to the probability, which is equal to the integral from 0 to 1,000 of the integral from 0 to 1,000 of e to the negative x over mu divided by mu times e to the negative y over mu divided by mu dy dx. Now since this right here will just be a constant when we take the integral of y, we can bring that out to the front there. So then this is equal to the integral from 0 to 1,000 of e to the negative x over mu divided by mu times the integral from 0 to 1,000 e to the negative y over mu divided by mu dy dx. And since when we take the integral with respect to dy, this will give us a constant, we can move the dx over to this side of the integral. And finally, our integral is 0 to 1,000 of e to the negative x over mu divided by mu dx times the integral from 0 to 1,000 e to the negative y over mu divided by mu dy. So we can solve for each integral separately and then multiply them together. So this is then equal to negative e to the negative y over 1,000 evaluated at 0 and 1,000 times negative e to the negative x over 1,000 evaluated at 0 and 1,000, which gives us e to the 0 minus e to the negative 1 times e to the 0 minus e to the negative 1, which is then equal to 1 minus 1 over e squared. So this is our probability, but usually you want it in decimal form. So this is approximately equal to 0.40. And this is a probability that both bulbs will blow out within 1,000 hours.